Hello, we meet again. My name is Mary Gasperic. I live at 26W125 Prestwick Lane. I want to talk about the inaccuracy of some of the data that has been given to you by the golf course to get a noise exemption. First, the golf course has stated that we are protesting this ordinance because we are mad at the signs that were put up, and the signs read to stay off the golf course or you will be arrested. This is not true. Ask any resident here. This has nothing to do with posted signs. The bottom line of the issue is that the machines are much louder and they start much earlier than the previous owner. Many residents are getting woken up at 5 in the morning due to loud noise. Second, the Klein Creek Golf Course sent in many letters from other golf courses in the area saying that they start their operations early and that this is normal for golf course operations. Many of these courses do not have any homes on the golf course, so sure, it makes sense to start maintenance early for a non-residential golf course. But there was one letter in particular that bothered me. There was a letter sent to you from the Aurora Country Club, let's call it ACC for short. This letter states, and I quote, "Maintenance work starts at 5:30 a.m. and we have homes on 3 sides of the course with no complaints about the noise unless we run the buffalo blowers early." Now you read the letter and you think, Klein Creek residents, why can't you just cooperate like the residents near Aurora Country Club does? When you go to the public website for ACC, the public website says, and I quote, "ACC is set in a peaceful surrounding with no houses on the golf course to distract you from your golf game." There are no residents near the course. That's why there is no complaining over there. I'm sure that golf course had no problem getting a noise exemption if they even needed to grant one. Third, another inaccuracy stated by the golf course is that the homeowners of Klein Creek released their rights to complain about the operation of the golf course in original bylaws, which I believe is why there were limited complaints against the previous owners. Come on. First of all, I have never needed to know the details of the homeowners agreement until this noise exemption issue came up. Second, there were limited complaints against the previous owner because the previous owner was a good neighbor who used quieter equipment. Fourth, let's talk about the data sent to you by the golf course on the decibel levels of the machines used. The golf course states that the riding greens mower currently used is less than 105 decibels, and the Jacobson walking greens mower that was used by the previous superintendent has 100 decibels. Are we really talking about the correct walking greens mower? I question the accuracy of this because residents will agree the equipment used by the previous owner was much quieter, and there was a big difference. And just so you have an idea of how loud a riding greens mower is, a blowhorn has a similar decibel level as a riding greens mower. Now picture that 2-second blast as a constant roar outside your home. This noise is equivalent to what the golf course is asking to do at 5 or 6 a.m. We did not agree to this when we signed our homeowners agreement. There are more inaccuracies, but I only have 5 minutes, and thank goodness for that, right? Look, we are all here putting a lot of time, thought, and effort into how to make the outcome fair to everyone. And to summarize what Manny said, we are not against the golf course starting earlier if the machines are quieter. And if the quieter machines are used, is a noise exemption really necessary? Again, the previous owner was able to operate without a noise exemption for 15 years. Also, I appreciate the gesture of shrubs to help with the noise from the tent. To that, I would say, save your money, and I wouldn't buy a single shrub. It will not have any effect on the noise coming from the tent. My 2 boys live on the 2nd floor, and their rooms overlook the tent. You would need 30-foot shrubs, and even that, it's not going to block the noise. I'd say put the money for the shrubs that would be spent, and use that money for quieter equipment. I've been living in Winfield for 11 years, and I love this town. And going through this process has been time-consuming and sometimes frustrated. But on the positive side, I've gotten to know my neighbors here. They are great people who work hard and really care about the neighbors and the quality of life in the neighborhood. I really do hope that you consider strongly the personal stories that you've heard in these 3 village meetings, and that the village does not put one business priorities first over the many residents that will be affected. This mistake was already made when a tent was allowed, and we are still living with that mistake. Please do not put the business interests ahead of the many residents that care about this town and the quality of life in the neighborhood. And there are many residents here, maybe we could see a show of hands, of residents that live near the golf course and that are concerned and will be affected by this exemption. And there are also people out in the hallway. We can't all fit. So that is it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.